Music volume muted.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I've tried for the last couple of days to make this video, but the weather has been crazy. I don't know where you all are from, but I'm from Kentucky, where today it's 74. It's pretty, and in about 10 minutes it's going to rain like it's been doing off and on, and then tomorrow it'll probably snow, so, but no, seriously. I'm hoping I can get this video in before it starts pouring down rain. I wanted to take a second, to thank everybody for subscribing. It might not be a big deal, but I got 5. That's a pretty big deal to me. So, thank you. So, my back history. I was 30 years old when I lost my sight. I was having like a little floater, kind of, if you don't know what that is, it's like a little black spot in my eye. It just popped up one day, and I had 20/20 vision my whole life. And I should have went to the eye doctor, but I didn't. And I waited for about maybe a month, and then all of a sudden in the right eye it started getting blurry. So I said, well, it's probably time to go see what's going on. And I go into the eye doctor, and they have me do these tests, and they rush me out, and they're like, you have to go have emergency surgery. Your retina's detached, you're hemorrhaging. So I went to have that done in my right eye that day. 9 weeks later, 13 surgeries later, from the pain that we were having in my eye, I decided to go on and have my eye removed, so I have a right eye prosthetic. Then within the next month or so, my left eye started doing the same thing. So I still have my left eye, thankfully. And I haven't had to have any more surgeries on it, but I had to have my retina attached. So now all I see is light perception, meaning when a light is on in the house, I can tell that there's a glow. If I'm looking out the window, I can tell if it's daylight. But other than that, everything is pretty much just shapes and shadows. Color is not there very much at all. It's black and white usually. On occasion, if it's a good day, I might be able to catch a color. But face recognition, being able to walk on my own, stuff like that, that's gone. So it was a big transition. Like I said in the other video, at first I thought my whole life was going to be over. The doctors that I had were good doctors, don't get me wrong, but they pretty much just left me high and dry. They didn't tell me of any resources. And up until about a month ago, from a friend that I'd met, I didn't even realize there were things in Kentucky that truly could help you with having like improvement in walking, or just different resources like being able to talk to other people that are blind. They actually have a school here for the blind where you can go and live on campus and such. And I believe that's for like younger kids that might be in school. I don't know how it works, but I just now found out about it, so I'm trying to see what I can do. I'm actually going to a lunch on the 11th, which is pretty cool, here in Kentucky for the Federation of the Blind. So that'll be nice. I get to go and meet all kinds of other people. But anyways, long story short, it was macular degeneration is the eye disease that I have. And you're not supposed to get it until you're like in your late 80s and 90s. I happen to be one of the youngest cases that they had ever seen. And it is from diabetes. And I want to take a quick moment to express the severity. I did not understand the damage that diabetes was doing internally until it was too late. I had heard people say, you got to be careful. You could lose your kidneys, you could lose your eyes, you could, and until something like that happens, really, I guess people don't take it as serious. But even if you're borderline diabetic, or if you're having gestational diabetes, anything like that, take it serious. After I lost my sight, my father actually, his diabetes has been so bad over the years. He is now on dialysis, and he just had to have his leg amputated. So if you know somebody that's a diabetic, stay on top of them, take their insulin, take their, pills, metformin, or whatever else that they're actually prescribed. If they're not on anything, get them into the doctor, because it's something that you can just completely, I mean, you could die. You could lose your life, your eyesight, body parts. It's serious. But at the time, I lost my sight. I had already had 2 biological children, and I also, I guess you could say, fostered for 8 years. I had temporary custody of my stepchildren, and the ages were, let's see, 3, 9, 11, and like 13 at the time. Something like that. It's been a while, but I can go back and do the dates. But anyways, it just gives you a range of what I was dealing with overnight, pretty much being blind. It was difficult, but I tell you, even with the baby, he adapted more so than anybody else around. It was different. He knew that my eyes were gone, but just little things like if he was trying to show me where he was, he started smacking the chairs, like telling me that that's where the seat is, or like grabbing my hand to help me walk into
TikTok,
places.
my long hair's back.
Sorry, I don't know if that actually just read that notification. I have to mute the notifications out, but it was pretty cool. And don't get me wrong, the other kids, if it wasn't for the kids, I'm telling you, I don't know what I'd do. My husband and I actually have been together for 4 years now, but I was not with my husband that I'm currently married to at the time. Then, if I had been, things would be a lot different. But over the last 4 years, being with him, things have just drastically changed in a good way. He's very supportive. I've got one of those husbands that don't mind to help cook and clean and tote me around and stuff. But I look forward to my classes so that way I can learn how to utilize my cane. I had to get over it. Being 30, I felt like I was too young to have to use a cane, but in all seriousness, that cane is my eyes, and now that I'm learning how to use it, I'm glad I have it. The only thing that I wish that we had more so than anything else, it seems like technology, it's great, like it does so many things, but we don't have the access that we need to have on the internet to be able to function and to utilize different apps and even games, or even like setting up this YouTube video. I had to go through like 8 different video editors to be able to find one that was accessible for my phone. Meaning, if you don't know what accessibility is, it's where it'll, like, you can have voiceover where the screen actually reads to you. That's how I use my phone. Things like that. I know I used to be a very big gamer. I loved playing video games with my kids. We did like the tablets and just different games on there, and I'm not able to do that as much anymore. There are no games that are, available for download except for like maybe a crossword game for the blind or visually impaired. That bothers me. There should be more things for people like us. Through the years, I've realized I'm not dead. I can still do things. I get frustrated from time to time, and you're going to go through that. You're going to go through frustrations of, why me? Why can't I do this? I'm never going to be able to do that. But really, the only thing that I can't do is drive. And I've learned that it might take me a little while to be able to do those things that people can do, like laundry. I put stickers on the dryer. I put stickers on the washer, so that way I know where the settings are. And it might take me an hour longer than somebody else, but I can do it. Cooking has been another big challenge. Pretty much labeling, I found, is really good tactic for blind people to use. Organization is another thing, and I wasn't very organized as it was, but now my husband's taught me over the years to try to do different, little life hacks and stuff, so that way I know where things are. Because, like in one of my shorts that I'm getting ready to post, if you put something down when you're blind, it's gone. You can't find it unless somebody's there to help you. So, I don't know. I definitely would like to get together with some of you all and maybe try to make some of those different apps, or try to make different avenues, for us to be able to have things like normal people have, because that's the main thing. You want to try to become as normal feeling as you can, because when you lose your sight, it's pretty much the same as being born again. You have to learn how to walk. You have to learn how to, tie your shoes, to put your clothes on. Little things like that seem like it wouldn't be hard. It is. It's really hard. And until you're in that position, you can't relate to it. So, I'd like to get your all's feedback too. I think it would be cool. I can do anything that you all want us to do. If y'all want to do cooking, segments, or I love to do arts and crafts, music, just anything and everything. So I'm down for, any suggestions that you all might have. But I think I'm going to cut this one short because it seems like it's getting ready to start spitting rain, and I don't want to get soaked, and it takes me a little bit to get in the house. But I do thank you all for watching, and hopefully that tells you a little bit about my back history. And if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. And if y'all have any ideas on videos, just post them down there in the comments and I'll respond back. And if you all don't mind, just share this around. And I thank you. All right, bye.
Stop recording.